Temperature here this Friday afternoon, May 12th. Cutting it close there, I'd say, honestly. We're pretty much cutting it really close. Friday the 13th, Friday the 12th. Cutting it pretty close there. Happy Mother's Day, first and foremost, otherwise, to all of our ladies inside the trading room. Leda here inside the cyber group room right now. We had Carol just before. We had Ravina, Kathleen, just all of our ladies here joining us. Happy Mother's Day. If you're joining us on social media, shout out to my mother here, Robin. So, looking forward to seeing her on Sunday. But hey, with that said, though, folks, for Grant, how about this on top of that? Reading the chat board right now, going from bottom to top, actually. Hello to Ron as well, mind you. But Grant, big shout out to Grant. Welcome back, Grant. He says, from Grant to Josh, Fausto, Rich, and all the good people at CTU and all my friends, Leda, Michael, Mark, John, Bill, Chuck, Steve, and all my Canadian friends up north, AC, Kathleen, and all. Great to see Grant, one of our longtime students here, rejoining us. There we go, Grant. Great to see you. I'll give you a quick shout just coming up over the weekend, Grant. Always great to have Grant back with us. Perfect. What an afternoon. How about that? Made my day. Made my week. We're seeing Grant with us right now. Perfect. All right. Well, I'll tell you right now. Hopefully, we have as good of a market close here for all of us here. But, hey, markets are dropping off. It's been a good day to short some trades here. SQ, Block being one of them. We'll talk about that one in just a moment. Fausto chimed in just before as the Boyle natural gas ETF was making a good pop. Really good call out. For right now, it's just pulling back down to 3 in the VWAP price here. Perhaps there's a good chance to see this pop up higher into the close. So definitely, I'll put this on our list. It's an ETF. So, if you have level 4, then I would suggest for you to give it a good look. Look to see if there's any clear iceberg levels out there. Not really as clear of a big volume spike level here on my matrix on level 3. 312, 310, but it's just kind of right off the highs there. So, if it could just snap over the highs, that could lead to perhaps good continuation, maybe a bounce from 3 before that, though. So we'll put this on our list just to start. All right, so we'll run into Block Square, that is, just probably by the end of this meeting. We're going to put that on our list just to begin, just a stock that could go with the market here with the drop-off heading into the market close. We were calling it out as a short from earlier off of 56. I'll just show that lastly to wrap up. Really, let's just go from top to bottom here. Otherwise, this one might already be done with here. The GSIT trade, GSIT, ended up making a huge pop. This was pretty cool to see. I got a little time on me here today. So actually, let me bring up my level 4. And I'll show all of us on YouTube and our social streams included. So, this GSIT trade, Fausto nailed as soon as the market opened up. It really wasn't showing any activity prior to the open. So at first, we were more focused on SPRY and DRMA, and those worked out all right. But this popped pretty quickly. Fausto head on, nailed it. Now, at this point, though, what's interesting here is that the more it ran up, you're wondering where can we find a top? And there was some funny business on the order book to begin with here. So you can't automatically trust these and call this to be the potential top. But the more it goes up, the more that you anticipate for this to be a resistance at 420, and then namely at $4.33, basically, that is. So what happened was this ended up spiking up heading into the early afternoon. It broke the highs. It broke this resistance line again at 360, moved up perfect. Well, it ended up holding under 420. It popped up to this top line here, 433, right back down. So now at this point heading into the afternoon, it looks like it's only going to sink lower at this stage. We called it out really right off the top here, basically at the time, just inside our live trading room for any of our new trial members included as well, including Alan and Tamaji just joining us here and a few more just joining us here today. Hey, just right at 2:55 Eastern time, we had said, just look out for a head or at 1:55 Eastern time, pardon me, saying, hey, this could be a head fake from here. GSIT, be careful. Pop, drop, that was a wrap. So, yeah, at this point now, this trade we're going to kind of skip over or at least move on from. Probably same to be said with a lot of these other stocks, though, because market dropping off, probably not a whole lot going against the grain too well. SPRY stock from this morning, too, popped up just shortly after the open. Just this little slingshot here, pushed up. But aside from that, though, ended up topping off much earlier than that 10:30. So that was it there. DRMA seemed to be said, I guess, trying to pop up back up a tiny amount, but not going to put much weight into that move, really. So, Here we are, folks. End of the day, end of the week. So, markets are dropping off. We're going to follow the losers list here in just a moment, seeing if there's any stocks that could join block as a good short SQ. Yeah, that GSIT trade just keeps on dropping right now. As soon as we moved away from that trade, it just pulled back to 350. This is kind of how I phrase it. If you like your steaks like well done, then hey, GSIT could be a good stock for you. But otherwise, then let's see if there's anything more medium rare, maybe. Medium rare, depending on your palate. Either way. OUST, hey, spreads seem to be somewhat contained here. It's at the highs. This actually is going against the grain pretty nicely. So, you know what? I'll put this on the side list. Probably will put it on the main list at the end of it all. Just it seems like a little spotty graph, though. I wish it was trading more volume per minute, but given the fact it's at the highs, I'll come back to it just at the end. Now, if you want to do any option call perhaps on FSLR, then that's something for you to consider because given the equity price here, we're not going to really day trade the stock. It's just that hey, if you expect to pop higher into the close, and if you're trading the option on it, then look to see where the orders are on level 4. Perhaps it just rebroke above 227 here, a little spike from that point. 227.80 seems to be a particular price to watch here also. So perhaps if it could break above that coming up here, re-break, it could lead to a higher high. A little food for thought there. But myself, hey, I'm here till the close today, folks. I mean, I feel like this could be a nice end of the week here, just in terms of the volatility. So I'm going nowhere. I want to see if there's anything that could be a good short coming up, but see if there's anything looking better. Boyle, we already got to already. That one's on our list here so far. The only thing on the way up that's on our list here. Array, ARRY, trying to go up right now. Tradable, right? A little less expensive than the FSLR, that's for sure. Big volume level here at 2150. You know what? On a day like today, we're going to have to put this on our main list. For right now, it makes the cut. Wish it was a lot closer to the highs, though. That's for sure. All right, let's see if there's anything else looking just as good, though. Well, hey, how about this one? We are familiar with this ticker. That's actually why I clicked on it. The stock EOS, I've mentioned in the past, like a week ago probably, and just from that, like a month and a half, 2 months ago, we were all on top of this. Didn't really make the big explosive pop that you've come to see out of like GSIT and the AI stocks from like a few weeks back. It's just that hey, the stock was really tradable. It did run its make its move. It ran its course. And for now, it's trying to make a secondary type of move here today. So, yeah, it's on the way up to the highs, 250, 255 also. It looks like a bunch of volume here, unfortunately. Nothing really here sticks out, actually. That's very discouraging, if we're being honest with each other here. 250 you'd assume to be the big level, and that's what I was like kind of focused on at first. All right, 17K. But then you got like 14K here, 12K here, 10K here. Keeps going. So, trust your 50-cent level. I'll put this on our main list either way, but hopefully there's like a more clear-cut level to follow here. Maybe from the daily chart, just looking at like past support back from mid-April. Looks like even more like 260-ish, 258-ish. So if it does pop the highs here, maybe look at that as your next major resistance level, 258-ish, 260. All right. I think this ORGO we also had on our watch list yesterday afternoon, in fact, 24 hours ago. It just wasn't really a good mover into the close. And even today, it just popped it like pre-market, I think. Not even market open. We'll see. Oh, no, that's 9:30, but nonetheless, though, yeah, that was it. All right, so let's see if there's anything looking just as good, if not better, from the losers list. Market dumping off. My answer to that would be yes, if we're just kind of shooting from the hip here. Probably going to find a few good shorts to work with right now into the close. HRTX kind of looks interesting on the chart, but a little too close to the ground floor, if you're asking me. You could say the same on AQST, but this already ran up so much here. It's actually easy to borrow on my platform today on TradeStation. Technically, I'd be more interested in this, even though they're both around the same price. This thing had a huge run up, so there seems to be a little room for this to pull back even more towards. I mean, look at like 143, 150-ish, just for that combined area to be potential support. Just right now the spread's opening up a tiny amount. I'm gonna write this down for the side list. Write this down here for the side list, not the main list. If the spreads contain a little bit more, maybe I'll consider, but for right now, just see if there's anything looking better. Man, bunch of cheap crap here. I'm not a fan of that, honestly. That one I kind of like had an eye on, but nothing really looking too great so far from the losers list. There's definitely a bunch of stocks that are dropping off. Don't get me wrong. Here's Hood. There we go. There's one. So Hood down big today, about 9.5% nearly, on the way down towards 850. Big 17,000 share order, at least before that, in between at 867. All right, so we got one here I'll add to our main list. Here's Robin Hood. All right, cool. All right, so otherwise, let's just kind of skim through the side list stocks here, and we'll take a look. I guess one more. You. Not me, you. No, I'm kidding. You, the stock, dropped back down today, completely filled the gap it had from pre-market yesterday morning. It was a great trade yesterday from like 30-ish on the way up towards basically 33, big iceberg level there. Just completely washed away those gains with the market drop off today. Hey, it doesn't hurt us to put this on our main list here, kind of alongside the Robinhood, kind of alongside the SQ that we'll talk about next. Beautiful short. Absolutely beautiful short, folks. We'd called this out earlier today. I was on a few coaching calls earlier this morning into the afternoon, or a couple, I should say, with Bill and then Cindy. So with that, ended up seeing this break under 56, re-break under 56 in this big print line at 55.99. So it just led to a really straightforward entry. As long as you set your stop and play good defense, then you have the chance to try and follow the trend, follow the big money. So it's just all what we preach in class, right? It's just easy to say. It led to a good drop off, and now at this stage, it's on the way down to the major level that we were calling out next at $55. What I will say, what I'm like very impressed with on this trade, this could be easy to say after the fact, but just facts are facts. We were calling this out 55.75 as a minor resistance earlier, like all throughout this afternoon. We were calling this out as a minor level outside of 56 and 55. When it was moving back up here, I kind of was expecting this to like push above this and go up to 56. The fact it held that there, very nice. Very good to see here. So, short still working out really well. I was expecting the break over that line, but here we are now. Hey, SQ on the way down to 55. Put this on our main list, not down as much, but, at the lows. There we go, Grant. We're just as glad to have you back, my friend. Really, it was a very quiet week without you. Be honest there too. So it's great to have you back, just in general, but more than anything, to be the life of our trading room, basically. So, all right. So if there is anything else, folks, hey, maybe Grant's got something up his sleeve here. Grant, let us know if there's any stock. Now I'm teasing. If there's any other stocks for all of us here collectively, if there's anything else, let me know. Type it in on the chat board right now, or if you're on social, on Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, the works. I'll take my email address here early, just for any one of us on social media. If you're interested in joining us inside our live trading room, just go right down to the link on the banner below the stream right there to get yourself set up and started. I don't know what happened right there. Wasn't able to post my email? Hold on, give me a quick sec. I got to fix this. Oh, yeah, looks like I can't post today. All right, well, Josh at ctutrading.com, JOSH at ctutrading.com is the handle, is the email. Let me know if you have any questions or trades. Always like to post that at the end of these streams. I got to figure something out here, I guess, just today. Here we go. Did I mention ADMA from Lita? No, I did not. Let me really quickly, I kind of just didn't really go through a whole lot on the side list here. That was really it. How about Neo down like 5+%? It's at the lows. This could actually be a good short. XPEV dropping back down pretty hard. That's hard to borrow, but down actually a lot today, nearly 10% this stock. Maybe LI. Ooh, this is actually having a pretty good day in relation. Neo is honestly too slow for my liking here. It's at the lows. It's tradable, but what are you going to get? Like 3 cents on the trade, 5 cents on the trade? There's definitely better stocks to follow right now. Tesla right now kind of flat. I mean, it's at the lows. You know, if you want to buy puts on it heading into the close, should it break lower, that's different. I said I'd go back to OUST, didn't I? I said I'd go back to OUST. You know, hey, for right now, spread actually is pretty good. Let's just watch it here for like 5 seconds, 10 seconds. But honestly, not bad. Holding here. I mean, big volume level just now at 488. Looks like some big volume got filled just recently. Spike on the matrix there. All right, so for right now, I'll keep this on our list here, OUST, especially if it can hold over 488. Then the last one here, AQST, I think we said. Yeah, this one I'm not going to focus on, pass on this. Mike says Rivian down with the rest. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, good call. RIVN, easy. Not an easy trade, just easy for us to put on our list. With that, Mike, I'll take a look at your AFRM while we're at it. Another stock, and you know, my AFRM too, but this is definitely your bread and butter, right? And really tradable stock. Not doing a whole lot right now. Let me know, folks. Last call. If there's any other stocks you'd want me to look at here, I'll bust open Benzinga Pro before we wrap up. Obviously, more going to be focused on the drop off here, so. I mean, there's a few. We could take a look at Sono again from yesterday afternoon. I was looking for a potential short into the close there. It just didn't work out. It broke below my big level, but then it pushed back up pretty quick. You had a good feel it was going to not work out quickly. Yeah, there's actually a few here on the loser side I want to poke at here. We'll see. Path dropping off right now. Let's see if there's better. TGTX. Chewy. Ooh, Chewy actually, I mean, it's not down as much, but is making as good of a drop off as Square that I've been all over today. So it's just, you know, hey, you just got to cherry pick, figure out which ones look the weakest here with this market. Chewy definitely looks pretty interesting. In particular, I'll actually put this on our main list. W, pass on that. Caesars. I know Penn took a hit just last week. That's not doing much of anything right now. GameStop, Twilio. Twilio actually not a bad trade to look at. Just I wish it was a little bit closer to the lows right now. You know, we were following that back from Wednesday this week. BN from John. At the lows. If you're already in, I'm rooting you on. But you know, I feel like there's a whole lot that kind of looks like this. I feel like what we have so far is good, though. I mean, hey, the Chewy trade I kind of ran into, the U trade kind of ran into. Mike with a good one on Rivian, didn't really look at until now. So you know, we'll stay focused on those for the meantime, folks. All right, hey, for all of us otherwise, enjoy the weekend. For all the mothers out there, last time for myself, hey, happy Mother's Day, Robin. Happy Mother's Day if you're tuning in. I doubt she is. All right, folks. But hey, I'll be in the chat board up until 3:30, perhaps all the way through until the market close. I'll talk to you all coming up soon. Take care.